rare, incredibly hard to get killed by real terrorism or even fake terrorism, you know, the staged provocateur stuff. But when the government funds al-Qaeda to take over Syria and kills 300,000 people now, it's loving and liberal, and they're just nice little rebels that they're giving heat-seeking missiles to. But the reason I get into this is our whole world's being changed, a police state's being set up for the security of the criminal class that's taken over. Not to fight supposed terrorists. But statistically, the numbers vary, but as many as 300,000+ people, they estimate, die a year in the United States from hospital infections. Another 200,000 from bad drug interactions. The CDC's own website has bad drug interactions and bad prescriptions as the #3 killer. I mean, this is a fact, folks. I believe it's #1. And so hundreds of thousands dead from flesh-eating bacteria and hospital infections, hey, that's no big deal. That's not a problem. But let me tell you, less than 100 people, U.S. citizens, dying from terrorism a year, you'd think it was the end of the world. Just like, as I always say, great whites kill 5 people a year on average. Look it up. The record's 14. Everybody I know, almost everybody, will not get in the water, even in the Caribbean, because they think a great white shark is in there. And there aren't great white sharks in the Caribbean, boys and girls. There are hammerheads and other little creatures. And then we were going to get into some of the fraudulent statistics out there. Speaking of that, on Friday's show, let me see if I can still find that piece of paper from Friday. Here it is. We had a vote on air over 2 hours of the 3-hour show with the callers. Who was the biggest con artist the last 20 years, the biggest BSer? Because we've got Jay Carney. Maybe we can cue that up for the next segment. We got Jay Carney running around the White House as disinformation officer saying that, oh, the stuff that says we covered up Benghazi, the memo we got caught lying about that says, you know, talking points Benghazi, it doesn't refer to Benghazi. Sounds like if you're in the grocery store and it says milk on the aisle, and you walk up and there's milk there, but you go, this doesn't refer to milk. Or if you're driving by and you see a store that says guns and ammo, you pull over and go, I want guns and ammo, and they go, oh, sorry, sir, this doesn't refer to guns and ammo, but I see guns and ammo through the window. Well, you're being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. Carney said it's a conspiracy theory that Benghazi even exists. He said it's a conspiracy theory of a conspiracy theory. So we had a vote, and callers nominated Piers Morgan as a liar, Bill Clinton, Obama, Baghdad Bob, Satan, corrupt preachers that go along with the system, Mayor Bloomberg, Hillary Clinton, George Soros, Eric Holder, Janet Yellen, Glenn Beck, for whatever reason. And it just kept coming up. I don't want to fight with Glenn. Just, that's who people voted for. Glenn kind of apologized last week for making stuff up about us and said he wants to be nice. So that's fine. I'm friendly. Just to get that out there. And then FBI. So, FBI got 1. Glenn Beck got 2. Janet Yellen got 1 vote. That's the head of the Federal Reserve. It's not federal, so that's a fraud right there. Eric Holder got 4 votes. He was in second place. George Soros got 1. Mayor Bloomberg got 1. Hillary got 2. Bad preachers got 1. Satan got 1. Baghdad Bob got 1. Remember the guy that said that the U.S. had been defeated in Iraq when bombs were going off behind him? And the U.S. wasn't anywhere in Iraq? That's Jay Carney level baloney. Obama got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes. Bill Clinton only got 1. Piers Morgan got 1. So, Obama is the grand, supreme fraudster, scam artist joke, according to our illustrious listeners. And so that's the first annual 2014 that will be held on May 2nd every year. The Global Baghdad Bob Comical Con Artist Fraudster Award. If you got your doctor, you can keep your doctor. I never said you could keep your doctor. If you got a business, you didn't build that. Everything is wonderful. Everything is awesome when you're part of the team. Oh, I'm so trendy. I mean, Obama is a fascist New World Order frontman. And the Republican leadership is protecting him, saying, we are the Borg. We will assimilate you. Obamacare is here to stay. We don't care if 80+% are against it. This is the way it is. I mean, it's just, man, that Alex Jones is a crazy kook, man. You know, he was pointing out that the former press secretary said there was no drone program, even though it existed 10 years before he was even press secretary. And then later Gibbs admits it was all a fraud. I mean, it's just like, we're not buying billions of bullets. We're not setting up checkpoints. We're not spying on you with the NSA. We're not doing anything. There's no employer mandate. There's no $5,000 fine. I mean, if you told me there was no Santa Claus, I would believe it. That's kind of what Obama is, though. It's like telling somebody that Santa Claus, a 3-year-old, that Santa Claus doesn't exist, they don't want to hear it. Now, I want to get to this next really big piece of news that ties in with the medical news we covered last segment about these superbugs. Now, it's only a matter of time until the already biggest threat, killing 300,000 Americans a year, God knows what is worldwide. Well, I mean, in fact, look up that number maybe, guys, from the World Health Organization. Number of people estimated to die from superbugs. I bet it's in the tens of millions out of 7.5 billion. But who knows they even have a number on that. It's all dead reckoning anyways. It's only a matter of time until this stuff really gets out there. And that's why I have, and it's not perfect, but when I've had chest colds and stuff that antibiotics won't knock out, like I had this year, I had the stuff that killed my uncle and my cousin. Probably got it when I was there taking care of my uncle in the hospital. I just did it by drinking heroic dosages of colloidal silver. And we come out with our own super brand of colloidal silver at InfoWarsLife.com called Silver Bullet. If you want to support the broadcast and get that. I'm not saying it will fix everything, but topically or internally, everybody knows what silver does, the ancient antibiotic. You know, the old pilgrims used to, or the travelers in the Western wagons would put those coins into their milk and then put it down in a root cellar, but would make the milk last longer. The silver coins are putting silver on a newborn baby's belly. I mean, they didn't know what it was doing. They hadn't even found microbes yet. They just knew it worked. Well, we've got the best nano silver out there, InfoWarsLife.com. I didn't mean to plug that, but I'm like, why not plug something we sell if we're talking about a major crisis and something that's going on and happening? And while I'm at that, I don't ever go speak a lot because I can talk to millions on the radio every day, and it's much more focused, and I can have all my documentation with me, and I've got all this crew and a nightly news program, and we're busy. I love to speak to crowds. I give great speeches, I'm told, better than on the radio. But I don't do it but maybe once a year because I'm so busy. Well, I've agreed to speak in Dallas, my old hometown, May 31st. It's an all-day event put on by Stansberry Research Investment Conference. And, folks, T. Boone Pickens is going to be speaking, the billionaire, Porter Stansberry, top analyst, Cactus Schroeder, Bill Murphy, Van Simmons, and more. I am the featured speaker. But the keynote, they've all got names. I don't care if I was number one or not. I'm really number 2 under T. Boone Pickens. That's fine. I look forward to hearing T. Boone Pickens speak. That's going to be weird. The point is that this is a big event. It's a one-day event. It's at a really nice place. You can check it out, find out more at Infowars.com on the banners or AlexJonesDallas.com, AlexJonesDallas.com, or go to the Stansberry website, find their number. You can call them there if you want to get tickets that way. But my listeners get a 25% discount off of the price of this elite news analyst investment conference. And this is it. I may not speak again all year. So here it is if you want to go. Okay, Big D, Dallas, Tejas. I will be there the 31st. I don't know. I guess that's like 26 days or where. Do the math. So you don't want to miss that. All right, how long do I have till we go to break? Just a few minutes here. I want to get started on this right now. We're going to come back and talk about it more in the next segment. It's a big deal. Coming soon, a brain implant to restore memory. Now, again, I learned about this 15 years ago from public DARPA and MIT research. All right, there's the bell. And I warned you. Then I started learning 5 years ago they're already putting it in some troops' brains. Then about a year ago, it was finally in the DARPA news, their MIT, showing troops. In fact, I couldn't find the article today before the show, like something out of the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington, the remake, in the chair with the wires in the back of their head. And they're literally now moving forward to brain chip the troops. And it's in AP, Reuters, you name it. We're going to cover it when we come back. Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is